So what I was saying is that it's really important as business owners to be familiar with our product line, right? And I think this is something we need to keep reminding ourselves, that we're not just, a one shop type of person with like a challenge pack and like only the latest challenge pack of what's going on right now. We have, obviously we have Beachbody on Demand. We have our challenge packs. We have Shakeology. We have the Boost. We have the bars. We have our detox system, which again, that's another thing. If you guys haven't had a chance to try, our 21-day ultimate reset is a 3-week fantastic elimination cleanse that I think it's an underrated product. And I think every one of you should make it a goal to at least try it once this year. Make it a goal to at least try it once this year. And I'm telling you, you will learn so much about your body. You will learn so much about your food sensitivities. You will learn so much about what's causing inflammation in your body. And it will really be a total detox to the cellular level. So something to think about and something to consider. Also, we have our performance line. We have our kids shake. I forgot the name of it. I'm so bad. I haven't used it. It's like, Daily Sunshine. There you go. I have Luke here. I'm like, oh gosh, clearly I don't promote that one. But we have all of these different products. And so just being mindful of what's in the catalog and meeting your customer where they are, right? I think I was talking to a newer coach, and she was talking about challenge packs, and she was having trouble with the price of $160, and some of her clients couldn't afford that. And I said, well, it's okay. Talk to them about the 3-month, right? The 3-month option of Beachbody on Demand. Talk to them about the 6-month. Talk to them about the year month. Really, it's all about getting them into the community, right? That is what it's about. So making sure that you're doing that. Also, we have Super Saturday coming up. I know many of you will be going to Super Saturday. I know Luke's going to Super Saturday here in Orlando. I unfortunately am working, but and I know that Ariel is going to be doing, where is Ariel? Isn't she here? Oh, there she is. Okay. I'm so used to seeing her like sitting. She's in the, she's going to be hosting a virtual Super Saturday. So if you're interested, if you're able to go. Like, go to the event. But if you're unable for whatever reason, make sure to tune in and watch the virtual Super Saturday that Ariel will be helping to host. So make sure that you're checking. Oh, and then Chelsea's going to be hosting in Cincinnati. So if you're in that area, make sure to go say hi, check her out, and check the council out. And then if you're here in Orlando, we have obviously an event as well. But most major cities will have an event. So just look online, look in the coach online office, and look to see where there's a Super Saturday happening for you. Okay, so I think that's about all the announcements. And if I think of things, or if you guys think of anything that you want to kind of say as I start, just kind of put it in the box. And so, all right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and share my presentation, and I'm really excited. And so what we're going to be talking about today is, and I spruced this up. This is actually I've done this call a couple times. It's been a long time since I've done this call though. And I think it was really awesome. I think it kind of goes in line with just something to get our mind right, to be a great refresher if you haven't listened to it. But the idea is that success lies within your mindset, right? I actually gave a live workshop earlier today at a local store about mindfulness and just the power of our mind and how it can heal us in our body. But our mind is incredibly powerful in order to manifest our dreams and in order to help us get success, with what we're trying to accomplish. And so why this is important, for me, I feel like, as someone, I've been in this business now. I joined, for those who don't know my full story, but I joined Beachbody back in July of 2013. And I joined back in the middle of the busiest time of my life. I was a resident at Harvard, and I was working 70, 80 hours a week, and I was miserable. I was overworked. I was overweight. I was, I had low self-esteem. I had I had no self-confidence. And that confidence and that self-esteem and that lack of self-esteem was affecting my ability to learn. It was affecting my ability to interact with my patients. And then the fact that I wasn't fitting into my clothes was obviously making me feel really depressed and really down. And I was someone that I was an overweight child. I was an overweight child. I was overweight in high school. and I was overweight in college. So I've always had this battle with my weight. And I've always had this battle with how I look. And I've always had this battle with self-worth and self-confidence. And those of you who see me now, you know, the woman that I was even in at the end of, like, when I began college, even when I met Luke, is completely different than the woman that I am today. And that is through years and years of personal development, working on my body, working on my mindset, working on making myself a priority. And that's what I want to encourage every single one of you, is to make this year a year that you put yourself first. Even before everything else, put yourself first. Because if you don't fill that bucket of yourself, if you don't prioritize your health, and you don't prioritize your energy, and you don't prioritize your goals, you're going to be it's going to be like having a hole at the bottom of your bucket. You understand? And then you're going to have this humongous leak. And then when you're trying to give to other people, because as women, we're natural givers, as we try to give to other people, we're going to be giving from a space of scarcity and already from a place of lack. So when you focus on yourself, take that time for yourself, you're going to see that your life is going to change. And over the past, I would say over the past 7 years, over the past 7 years, it's been just such a beautiful transformation and unfolding. And actually, as you guys kind of watch this presentation, you're going to see just kind of over the years, just even the photos that I've taken, and just even because, again, I've been doing this now for almost 7 years. So I want you to think about that. How long have you been in this business, especially if you're a newer coach, and where, your expectations are of where you should be, and really thinking about that, right? Success takes time. It doesn't just happen like this. It doesn't just happen in a month. It doesn't just happen in a year of being super consistent with your goals. It's literally a consistent effort of showing up every single day until you reach your goals. And even that, your goals should continue to evolve so that you're always kind of, in a way, working towards something that's meaningful to you. And so for me, through getting involved with Beachbody, Beachbody has completely changed my life. Luke's here, I can't even imagine what my life would look like without all of you, without the flexibility of this opportunity, without the fact, what did he say? Oh, he said a peaceful life is what he said. But anyway, I don't know what it would be without, like, the personal development, without going to events. So again, really getting excited about being in business for yourself, really getting excited about these vital behaviors, because these vital behaviors will change your life. Working on yourself, working on your body, working on your mindset, building community, reaching out to people, and fostering connections and relationships is not just going to help you in this business, but it's going to help you in other areas of your life. And you never know when you may meet someone who's going to inspire something completely different for you, or who's going to need your services, or you can collaborate with them, or you never know when you're going to save someone's life. We've had people on our team who have come who are almost suicidal, and we, by being a part of our community, their lives have been changed and affected for the better. And so you have that opportunity with this business, and you have that opportunity, with what you're doing and with what we have here, and so just really thinking about that, because to change your life and to have to change your life is to change yourself. To change your life is to have change yourself, and to change yourself, you have to change your mindset. And so one of my biggest things that I've always told myself since the beginning, since I started, is that life begins one step out of your comfort zone, right? And that's the key. I want to ask you, how many of you are willing this year to step outside of your comfort zone, right? Because that's going to be key. Because understanding that whatever the next level version is for you, understanding that you're going to have to grow and expand into that person. You understand? So you're going to have to grow and expand, because if you already had the tools and the skill sets and the ideas already to create the life that you're dreaming of, guess what? You would have already created it. You would already have it. But if you're if you're still working towards it, it's because you need to grow. You need to stretch. You need to expand. And that's all about going outside of your comfort zone a little bit at a time, because the comfort zone, that box that we tend to keep ourselves in, is literally killing us. I believe it's literally killing us. And it's this home of safety that is a false safety. And it's stopping us from living to our full potential. It's stopping us from seeing what's outside the box, right? I like to give this analogy of, especially when it comes to like wanting to step outside of your comfort zone and dreaming beyond what you're comfortable with. It's like, imagine in your mind that you're in a house, right? Imagine you are living in a house. It's a house, and you have it, and it's all, there's no windows and all walls, and it's all white walls. And you have decorated that house exactly how you want it. On the wall are all the pictures that you love. On the walls are all the pictures of your family, pictures of beautiful places that you want to see. You literally have it covered head to toe, decorated exactly how you want it to be decorated. And really what I'm saying, what I mean by that is, imagine those photos as your limiting beliefs, as your fears, as the stories that you keep telling yourself as to why you can't have success, as to why you can't have the dreams that you want, as to why you can't lose the weight, as to why you can't have the six-figure income. Whatever these limitations are, you've literally covered your house with them, not realizing that you've enclosed yourself in a wall, literally in almost like a prison, in a cage. And not realizing that all you have to do is open the window. All you have to do is open the door, and you're going to see that this beautiful life is in front of you, that this beautiful, potential is in front of you. And so I want you to think about, how have you been, and just be honest with yourself, right? Have you been living in this comfort zone of safety, and as a result, cutting yourself short of what's possible, because of, for whatever reason. So just, really think about that. So one of the first things that when it comes to mindset is that you have to leave your ego at the door, right? This is key. When I became a Beachbody coach, I knew that I didn't know anything about business. I didn't know anything about network marketing. I didn't know anything about growing on social media. I didn't know anything about posting or running a team call or any of this. And I approached it and I said, you know what? I need to become a student again. I need to keep learning. I need to understand that I don't know it all. That even though I have this degree, and even though I've gone to school for however many years, it doesn't matter. This is a whole new profession. And so for those of you coming into this business, this is a whole new profession. Network marketing is its own beast. It has its own skill sets that you need to develop. So being willing to become a student again, being coachable, right? That's the key thing. It's being open and willing to be coachable by your coaches. When we're telling you and we're suggesting, not telling you, but when we're suggesting that you do certain activities, when we say do the basics, it's not because, trust me, it's not because we want to tell you to do something that's not going to serve you or help you. When we say get to this live event, I really think you should read this book. All of these things that we tell you and we suggest to you, it's because we see something and we're like, you know what, this is going to help you. This is going to help you reach your goals, right? So being willing to be coachable, because when you're not being willing to be coachable and you're thinking that you know it all and you think that you can do this on your own, I'm sorry, but that's your ego that's sitting there saying that you can do this on your own without any help. And that's a lie. You can't do this on your own without any help because you do not know it all. And so being willing to be coachable, being willing to fail forward, right? Understanding if you're someone that has a fear of failure, I'm telling you, you need to get that fear out of you like ASAP, because you're going to fail so many times in business, in life, in any, you're just going to fail. And really looking at failure not as something bad. All failure is feedback, right? It's just feedback of something that didn't go well, or maybe there's a pivot that you need to take, or maybe there's a different way that you need to approach something. That's all failure is. It's just feedback. So don't be afraid of the failure. If you're failing a lot, hey, I'm going to tell you that's awesome, because that means you're taking a lot of action. And that means that eventually you're going to shift, because if you're failing at something, guess what? You're not going to do that exactly again. Maybe you'll change it a little bit differently and you'll try a different approach, or you'll build another skill set, or you'll keep trying in different angles until you reach it, right? And that's how your business grows. That's how success happens. Because the road to success is never this kind of like straight, is never like this straight line all the way to the top. It's very zigzag with ups and downs. Another thing when it comes to leaving your ego at the door has to do with the way that you share on social media, being transparent and sharing you, right? Understanding that you have a story to share for a reason. You know, I love this business because it's an opportunity to use our past failures, our past traumas, our past obstacles, the things that have hurt us in the past, to pull the wisdom from it and to then share it with other people so that other people can learn from our experiences. And understanding that the person that you're meant to help, the tribe that you're meant to help, is literally the person that you were a year ago or 2 years ago or 10 years ago. And if they don't, and they need to be able to connect with you, they need to be able to relate to you, they need to be able to hear your story. And if you're not sharing that story from your heart in an authentic manner very consistently, then they're never going to find you. And I want to encourage you that every single one of you has a beautiful story to share, a beautiful story with beautiful lessons and wisdom. And every single one matters. And so I want to just encourage you to be transparent and to share you, because whenever you're worried about what someone else is going to think, again, that's your ego. That's you living in fear. That's you living in judgment because you think they're going to judge you. And usually when I say, if you think someone's going to judge you, that's a mirror to you that you're judging other people, and you need to watch your own judgment. And that's a fact, right? It's like every single time that we're afraid of something in someone else, or we get triggered by someone in something, that is literally a mirror being put to our face of what we need to work on in ourselves. And so I don't mind anymore. You know, that's not something I even care about, like judgment, because I know I practice non-judgment. I'm not worried about what someone else is going to think of me, because again, I know that I'm living in my truth, and I know that I'm coming from my heart, and I know that I'm sharing a story and a message that I truly and genuinely believe is going to help someone else. So leave your ego at the door. Number 2 is you need to do your reps, right? 10,000 reps before you master something. So what that means is that when you post your first post or your second post or your 10th post and it gets no engagement and you're like, man, I suck at this, that's not the right mindset, right? You just posted just 10 times or 5 times. You know, you still have to grow. You still have to navigate. You still have to learn your voice. You still have to learn your niche. You know, you still have to master these skill sets. It's the same thing when you're having conversations with people, right? When you're having conversations, the first conversation you have is probably going to, is maybe it'll suck. Maybe it won't. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully you use the scripts that we've given you. But either way, the idea is that you have to put in the work, and you have to be willing to do that hard, unglamorous work behind the scenes. You know, when you see the leaders on this team doing well, and you see the income that they're bringing in, or you see them going to a leadership retreat, understand that yes, they're showing you this to help inspire you, but also understand that they put in a lot of hard work to be able to accomplish these goals. They put in a lot of hard, not sexy work of sitting, you know, on the couch, not always wanting to do it, not always wanting to post, not always wanting to reach out, not always wanting to do the follow-ups, not always wanting to even get on these team calls. You know what I mean? Like but at the end of the day, they still show up. They still do the work because they understand that this is the type of work that it takes, right? And it doesn't matter what you're trying to build, if it's this business or if it's another business or you have another goal, whatever it is, understanding that you're going to have to do the work and you're going to have to show up. And that's really important. So the unseen steadfastness, that you're not, understanding that is going to be key, that it's literally doing the 4 vital behaviors every single day, no matter what, doing the 4 vital behaviors of doing your personal development, being proof that the product works with your own workouts, connecting with people and reaching out, and then recognition, and that's also a form of connecting, doing recognition and shouting out people on your team, people in your community that inspire you. That's really important. Also, the concept of delayed gratification. I love medicine for this because it taught me this really well. I went to school for 12 years before I started making any sort of money. So again, understanding that concept. And so when I came into business, I said, you know what? I am going to have to put in the work. I'm going to have to put in a lot of work before I really start seeing the fruits of these seeds that I'm planting. And so again, having that mindset and understanding that is going to be key. Is there some? Okay. Discipline. Having discipline is key. That is another key aspect to your mindset. You know, it's the ability to control your impulses, your emotions, your desires, and being able to turn down immediate pleasure for instant gratification in favor of gaining the long-term satisfaction of reaching your goals, right? So basically it's saying to show up and to just do it. That's what that's saying. That's what that long paragraph is saying there, is that no matter what's happening in your life, no, regardless of the obstacles, the discomfort, or the difficulties that may come your way, because guess what? We're here and we're living, and we're going to have obstacles, and we're going to have things that are not going to go our way. We still have to show up and do the activities and do the things even when we don't want to. This is a huge one, guys, right? Belief. And this may be something that you need to work on this year. Maybe, you know, over the next couple months. I will be honest, it's taken me a long time to work on self-belief. But even though it was taking me a long time to work on self-belief, I still took action. And that is key, you know, because 66% of entrepreneurs fail. And if you don't believe in your business, and if you don't believe in yourself, then why should others, right? And one thing I always tell people is, like, we attract who we are. And we will never attract someone who's better than us. We will never attract someone who's going to be more active than us. So if you want to build a team, if you have a goal to build a team of people who are showing up to their business, to their accountability group, to their fitness, you know, to their own fitness, and they're building a team and they're making six figures, if that's the team and that's the energy that you want to attract, you need to look at yourself and ask yourself, are you bringing that type of energy into your business? Are you showing up with that type of consistency? Because if you don't, again, you're not going to attract someone that's better than you and your current activities. So you got to be honest with yourself. Are your current activities going to get you the six-figure or whatever it is your goal is? Are your current activities going to help you get there? And if they're not, then get to work. Be honest with yourself and say, okay, I need to get to work. I need to do this because she said, if I don't, you know, I'm going to only attract someone that's just as good as me and not greater than me. And that's the same thing also when it comes to belief, and it comes with, it's the same thing when it comes to manifestation. You will never manifest something that you don't truly believe in. And you will never manifest something that is more than what you think you are worthy of. And so your belief and your self-worth is key and pivotal to your ability to have success. But the beautiful thing, guys, is that doing the vital behaviors, the personal development in this business is going to help you with this. Again, if you're intentional about making that a thing that you need to really work on. And then confidence is important. You know, confidence, people can feel, they can feel your energy when you're posting. They can feel your energy when you're on your stories. They can feel your energy in your words. They can feel the confidence. And so if you're someone that needs to work on confidence, then you need to be mindful of that and work on that in your personal development. It's okay. I just told you 10 years ago how I am today with the belief that I have in myself, the confidence, the self-esteem, the self-worth. I didn't have any of that. I didn't have any of that. It took a lot of personal, you know, perseverance and effort and personal development to get to where I am today. So don't say, okay, wow, like, but I'm telling you, it's so worth the journey. And so personal development needs to be the focus if this is an area, if you lack self-belief, if you lack self-worth, and if you lack confidence, you really need to make personal development key this year if you want to really see your business soar. Keep showing up, right? Life happens, and it's kind of with the discipline, but life happens and obstacles come up. Stay consistent, and then this is key, to have grace for yourself when you do maybe fall off a little bit, right? Don't beat yourself up. Like, why do we beat ourselves up so much, right? It's like, do not beat yourself up. Just get back on track, you know, and just tell yourself, hey, it's okay. You know, everyone is going to get off track at some point. Have grace for yourself. Practice that self-compassion and just realize, okay, I'm going to get right back on track. It's okay. It's okay if I was, you know, I fell off for a couple of days, but I'm going to get right back on track. Because if you just stay in that mindset of like, I didn't do this perfectly, you know, you're not going to ever reach your goals with that idea of perfection and that idea that you're going to, you know, reach something consistently by sharing it, you know, in a consistent manner, or showing up every single day without ever, you know, not showing up. It's just going to happen. So do something every day, you know, obviously just do it, you know, having the intention to do something every day that's going to help you work towards your goals. Another thing is being your biggest cheerleader, right? I think this is something that I've come into, especially in this past year, is that do not wait for someone else to come and pat you on the back when you need, you know, when you're doing something good. Do not wait for someone else to, you know, to like get you all wound up and ready and excited and motivated. You have to keep your energy high. You have to keep your motivation high. You are in charge of that. That is your responsibility. And don't wait for someone else to come and say, yes, this is great. You should do this. Go for it. If you keep waiting and trying to seek everyone else's approval, you're going to see that you're never going to reach your goals, right? And if you're waiting for someone to come and pat you on the back, guess what? Look, you can pat yourself on the back. You can pat your own self on the back. You can give yourself a hug if you need a hug, right? It's like we need to learn. Oh, thank you, Luke. We need to learn to cheer ourselves on. I think this is really, really important. We need to learn to cheer ourselves on and to celebrate the small wins, right? Celebrate every small win. And don't be afraid to like share it with the group or share it with the team, you know, and share it in your pods that you're in. Hey, this is what I did. I'm really excited. Hashtag win, right? Maybe we start using hashtag win, you know, and just start using, you know, whenever we feel like we've won at something, or we're celebrating ourselves, and then we just celebrate each other. So again, keeping your energy high and making sure that you're being your biggest cheerleader. Another thing is to think abundantly. Think abundance, right? Your success will happen even if other people are successful. Your ability to make six figures is going to happen even if the next person or your accountability partner or your success partner reaches that before you. It's okay. Because you have to understand that nature is abundant, right? We live in an abundant world, and it's nature all around us is a beautiful example of how much abundance we live in. And so understanding that there are specific people out there waiting for you to come out and share your story and your success and your mission. And they want to then work with you because they can relate to you. And also understanding that your dreams are literally being created from the formless. And what I mean by that is that we're constantly creating with our mind. We're constantly creating with our thoughts. And whenever we're creating, whatever we're calling into our existence, it's literally, it doesn't even exist yet. And so like, for example, let's take if you want to make $50,000 with this business, right? And you're like, okay, $50,000. That $50,000 doesn't exist yet. So just because someone else made $50,000, it doesn't mean that that's taken less from your ability to be able to make $50,000, because it's out there. It's going to be created. It's going to be made for you. It's the same thing with, you know, with clients, you know, it's the same thing. Don't get into the scarcity mindset of, oh, there's too many coaches out there, or there's too many people, you know, helping people with their weight loss, or there's too many life coaches, or there's too many podcasts out there, whatever it is that your goals are, you know, there's too many people doing this. No, do not get into that scarcity mindset. Again, the idea is that if the dream is in you, there's a reason for it. And it's because you're meant to see it through. So stand behind that very proudly and think abundance and don't think scarcity. And that's key when you're trying to manifest and you're trying to bring into your call, and when you're calling in your intentions and you're literally saying, this is done, this is going to happen. I already know it's coming. It's already coming. That's how I feel now with my goals. I never used to feel that way. But again, it's from the spirit of abundance and the spirit of knowing and trusting and knowing that it's already created. And the key thing when it comes to manifesting and abundance is that you have to understand that if you have a dream that is very high vibe, let's say you have this dream and you're like, oh, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to have all this money. I'm going to be able to travel with my kids. I'm going to be able to pay off this debt. I'm going to be able to take my family on this beautiful vacation. I'll be able to pay this thing for my parents. All of these high vibrational, excited thoughts, and understand that there's a certain vibration that's vibrating at in the universe, and you have to raise your vibration to meet that. You understand? You have to raise your vibration to meet that. And this is why energy is so important. You know, you guys may see me dance all the time. I'm telling you, dancing works. Start dancing and start tagging. Like, dancing works to put yourself in a great mood. And it's a great way to clear your energy. It's a great way to get your energy into a state. jumping up and down, getting, another thing is one thing I learned from Tony Robbins, which I actually bought, we need to make that actually, we need to open it, is to get a rebounder. Get a rebounder, you know, like a little trampoline, those little mini trampolines. You can find one on Amazon. This is good for my leaders, actually. My leaders should definitely do this. You guys should get a rebounder, and you're gonna be jumping up and down in your house. And you jump up and down, and you're like jumping up and down, and you say, so like, Chelsea, you're gonna be doing this, and you're gonna be like jumping, you're just gonna be, your dogs are gonna go crazy. And then you're gonna, but you're jumping up and down, and it's good for your energy. It's good actually for like lymphatics. It's good for just kind of circulation of fluid. And what this does, and then you say your affirmations as you're jumping up and down, because again, you're raising your energy, you're raising your vibration, and you say your affirmations in that state. That's another thing, guys, when it comes to affirmations and thinking abundantly and calling it in, you know, and manifesting, you want to say your affirmations when you're in a high vibe state. So when you're in the car, let's say you're jamming and you're singing and you're feeling really good and it's like your favorite song and you're in that energy, that's the best time to actually say your affirmations. You know, I tell Luke all the time when he's dancing, because that's a great state for when you're dancing and he's in a high vibe state, that's a great time for him to say his affirmations. So anyway, so think abundantly. We can have a whole other call about manifest. That's a whole other like series of calls on manifestation, if that's what you guys are interested in, which many of you are. So we can plan for that. The next thing is to create a vision, right? This is actually my vision for this year. So create a vision, dream big. See, look, I put the $100 bill. Did you guys put the $100 bill on your, Chelsea, did you put the $100 bill on your vision board? Put the $100 bill on your vision board. I want to know if Carla's on here. Where's Carla? She's somewhere on here. She's hiding, or oh, there she is. Okay. I'm like, put the $100 bill on your vision board, because we're calling in money this year. This is a money year. We're calling in money. And no $10 bills on the vision board. So, you know, so anyway, no coins either. Don't be pasting no like quarter coins or 5-cent coins on there. So create a vision and dream big, right? And this is key, guys. When you're when you're working towards success, dream big and do not worry about the how, right? Just put it out there and literally either say it in an affirmative, I am grateful, or just say, I have $50,000. You know, I have 50, it's done. That's it. It's done, it's done, it's done. I'm so grateful. You know, like it's just literally say it. I say it in the present moment, because it's really important for you to cast the vision. And if you guys ever want, there's a visualization exercise that I can do, and I'm happy to do it with some of you guys. You know, if it's something that you're really interested in, it would be like probably like a quick call, but it's something that, you know, where we take you through a visualization and we help you kind of really think about what it is that you want. And so because you need to have a game plan of where you're heading. You understand? You need to have, if you can't visualize where you're going to be 5 years from now or a year from now, guess what? It's not going to come into fruition. You can't just leave it up to chance. You have to literally create and say, what is it that you want? And get excited about it every day. See it every day. You know, one of my goals, and so what I have on here that you guys can see, I have the vision board, like the actual board. And I actually left a little room in it, because I heard somewhere like to leave room in it, because your vision will evolve as the year evolves. So you can continue to add to it as the year evolves. You leave a little bit of room on there. And so I wrote also intentions, and all my intentions here that you can see, all my intentions I wrote out in affirmation style of everything that I'm calling in. And I put it on my altar. I have an altar where I sit in front of for my meditation, and I have candles on there, and I have pictures of my ancestors, and I do all the woo. I'm all in the spiritual, like with all the saging and everything. And if you guys ever want to talk about that, I can talk about that type of stuff too. But I put my intentions there by my candles and by my ancestors, because literally this is what I'm calling. And my goal is to read it every single day, right? Actually, those of you who know Moira Kushaba, and you guys know her planner, I'll never forget when I actually had a call with her a couple years ago, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, before, when she was like really ramping up momentum. This before, like when she was kind of, and I could see, and I was like in a group with her, and we had a one-on-one call. And that's one thing. And she talks about this too, where she reads her vision every morning, you know, as part of her ritual. You know, she reads her vision. And those of you who know, she's very successful right now. and not just within Beachbody, but she has other dreams and other visions. And again, you have to write it down. You have to create it in order to make it happen. The last thing I want to say is to have a mission that is very personal to you. This is key. If you can link Beachbody into a mission, because it's not, look, I'm not saying, our goal in life was never to be like, I'm going to be a Beachbody coach. Like, that's not what our goal was. It's to understand that this is a vehicle, right? This is a stepping stone towards maybe a next step for you. Maybe this is just going to be one source of income for you, and you're going to build some other sources of income to have multiple sources of income, right? It's like, or maybe this is a vehicle for you to create more time and more flexibility in your life so that you can really do the passions that you have. We have a lot of people who want to do mission work. We have a lot of people who have other aspirations, who want to write books and who want, we have someone on our team who's actually who's planning on opening up a restaurant this year. And I feel so blessed and so honored, because it's beautiful to see all of you come into your different dreams and come into your different aspirations, and to see you evolve and accomplish those dreams, and realizing that Beachbody can be a vehicle of a way to free up, by having that extra income, to free up time and to free up so that you can really do your passion. So really asking yourself, what's personal to you? What speaks to your heart? Why do you want to be successful? Given your talents and your passions and your values, how can you use this to help your community, to contribute to the world? Because let me tell you, our world needs some contribution. Our world needs some good-hearted people doing good things to spread the light and to spread hope and to spread, because there's a lot happening right now, And so whether you're into helping the poor, or you're into being a light for other people and helping them get past their limiting beliefs, which is like part of my mission. If you're into helping people prevent disease, if you're into helping nature, right? Lord knows we need people helping nature right now and being a voice for what's happening with climate change and everything. And so whatever it is that you feel passionate about, right? Beachbody can be a vehicle for you to be able to go after those dreams and for you to be able to go after those passions. And so one thing I want you to do as you're building your social media and you're speaking, I want you to imagine that 100,000 people came to your page every day, and they came to your, imagine that 100,000 people came to see your post. They want to watch your live, and they want to watch your story. What is it that you would be sharing with them? What message would you have? Connect with your heart. You understand? Connect with your heart, and understand that whatever that message is, it needs to be shared. So really thinking about, and for me, I will tell you that this team was built with the heart of wanting to help people, of wanting to help prevent disease and to help other people live healthy and fulfilling lives, but really to help people with obesity and to really help people with depression and anxiety. Even though I personally have never gone through this, for some reason, when I started Beachbody, this was why I actually started Beachbody. This was why. Yes, I started it in a sense to like do my own personal wellness, but the reason to go after this as a business had nothing to do at the beginning about the financial success. It had everything to do with me realizing that in order for someone to start loving themselves and to help put a little niche, a little nick in the problems that we have with depression and anxiety, I knew that our programs and helping people to take care of their bodies and to help people see themselves in a different light through that self-care, through the exercise, through feeding themselves well, I knew that it would help with depression. It would help with anxiety, because this is all within our mind. It's a mindset. It's a way that we view ourselves, right? And so for me, this is why I do this. This is why I show up. This is why I continue to evolve, because I see so many people who suffer from depression. I see so many people who are trapped in their mind. I see so many people who are sitting at home alone and feeling afraid and feeling lonely. And I don't believe that's how we should be living. That is not what I believe. I believe we're here to be living out in joy, to be experiencing each other, experiencing the world, experiencing this planet. This planet is our playground. But if we're always in here, which is where our friends who are depressed and they suffer from anxiety, they're all in here and they're trapped in their mind. And so this is why I do this. And so for you to really think about what is a mission that you can stand behind. What is something that you can latch onto? Because I can promise you, I'll be doing this for the rest of my life. I'll be talking about this. I'll be being a light for people. I will be telling people that they can do what their dreams are. I will be showing people that they're worthy of the life that they live until I die. Like, that's never going to end for me. And so you have to think about what are the missions that you have that you would proudly be waving and saying that message over and over and over again until you die. Because this is what, we're here to be contributing always. So if you can match, if you can link Beachbody to that in some capacity, then you'll find a way to grow Beachbody, and you'll find more joy in growing Beachbody. And so every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and change the world. And there are only two mistakes one can make along the road to truth: is not going all the way and not even starting. And so I want to encourage you guys to get out of your own way. I want to encourage you guys to really take this year by the horn. I want to encourage you guys to really go after your dreams and to go after what it is that you're trying to create with momentum and with consistency, because you can accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. I know you can accomplish it. But if you stop showing up, if you don't connect to the team, if you don't connect to these team calls, if you don't connect to these pods, you're not going to be able to reach the success that you want within Beachbody. You're not going to be able to stay committed, because again, don't do this alone. And connect and reach out to people and forge community and forge connections with people. And you do this within your downline and do this within your groups, because that's what's going to keep people coming around. That's what's going to keep people showing up, is when you can help them see that they're part of something. So anyway, guys, I hope this was helpful. And I hope that I'm going to open the floor up for any questions, any comments. You can just unmute yourself if you have anything that you want to say. I'm looking through the messages now. Have a list. Yes, do your board, do your vision board. This is when we said, I come to this community after I almost died. Yes. Progress over perfection. Yes. Ring the bell. Yep. Every single time. So for the win, I think they were talking about for the win. So for the win, it's the same thing. Ring the bell. That's why we have ring the bell. We have ring the bell for you to celebrate your celebrations and to celebrate the small wins. Give yourself a pat on the back first, and then let us join in. I love that, Ariel. That's perfect. I personally love reading all the pods. That's why I dance for a living, Ashley says. And a huge trampoline, that can count, but you won't be, that'll be dependent on weather. So if you have a small trampoline in your home, that'll be better. So Ariel, that's a good point. Ariel keeps hers in her wallet. That's also another way to call in money abundance. And so I also do that as well. You keep $100 bill. So things with money mindset, and we can do a whole talk. Would you guys like a talk on money mindset? Would that be something that you guys would like, talking about money mindset? Awesome. So we can plan, I can plan to do something like that, or maybe I can see if I can get someone else to do it, but like a friend of mine to come in and see if she'll do it. But the idea is that in your wallet, you want to create space for money. It's the same thing in your life. Anytime you're trying to call something in, like right now, I'm actually going to be starting an in-person practice. And so I need to create space in my home. So it's the same thing with our wallet. You need to create space. So go through your wallet and clear it. Make sure it just has the necessary things. Take out all the receipts. You know how it gets bulky after a couple, you put all your receipts in it, take it out, keep it nice and fresh, and then put a crisp $100 bill. You can put a $50 bill in there as well, but definitely a $100 bill. And you want to put that, and you always want to have that in your wallet. Always have the $100 bill. Never, try not to break it. If you do, just replace it as soon as you can. And so that's, again, calling in that money abundance into your life. And so Irene says, is the year to bank into my vision during childbirth was $550. Okay, so $550. And then do my goals, my gratitude, and then visualize achieving all my goals that are on my board. Yes. Ariel is saying what she's doing as part of her ritual. So she's doing her goals, her gratitude, and then the visualization. And that's key. The visualization, and the reason why visualization works, again, guys, is because when you can sit and visualize, the whole point is to try to help you emotionally connect. right? When you can emotionally connect to your vision and to your goals, that's going to help them. It's going to help you get to your goals faster. It's going to help like pump it through. So that's a way. Let's see exactly why I decided to do this. Shannon says, I've been letting a lot of anxiety and depression get to me. Yeah. So Blair, it's continued personal development. It's realizing that it's your ego and your mind that's getting the best of you. That's really what it is. It's been your ego. Anyone who suffers from a lot of depression and anxiety, it's your ego. I want you to understand, I actually said this, that any emotion that you experience outside of love is your ego. Okay? So anytime you feel angry, bitter, upset, even like happiness and like feeling successful, like that's all literally your ego feeling those emotions. And your ego is not your true self. Your true self at your core, at your soul, is love. And that's your essence. Your essence is always love. But we live in this world, and because we're here, we have our ego, and our ego can serve us. But a lot of us are being manipulated, and literally we're like, I don't want to say like, I want to use the B word, but we're being like run by our ego, and our ego is like slapping us around and, and making us live a certain way and making us think a certain way. And we're creating and we're living from this ego state as opposed to creating and living from our heart. And our heart is love, and it's endless creativity and inspiration is what our heart is. And so when we're anxious and we're worried and we're bitter or we're angry or we're resentful, all of that is our ego. And we all have a lot of ego, including we always have our ego, but I should say all of us, we all have our ego that's running us. And so you can start to flip that. And the first step in that is just recognizing that it's your ego. That's the first thing. It's like Alcoholics Anonymous. It's like recognizing when you have a problem. It's the same idea. It's like recognizing, hey, this is my ego. Let me take a step back. This is not who I am. It's not how I want to be. Let me think about, why is this triggering me? Why am I feeling this way? Why am I thinking? Remember, I come from love. I have trust. I have faith. And if you can start reframing and reshifting a little bit in that mind space, you're going to see different shifts in your life. And this idea of the ego, and you can be mindful of when your ego is popping and rearing its ugly head, especially if you're someone that is like your ego, if you're someone that's like a rule follower, like if you're a rule follower, I know in healthcare, we're big on rules. We have all these flowcharts and all these like order sets and all of these like great things to help us like follow the rules. And then like those of us in medicine, we've been following the rules. And if you're actually, a lot of you are in system places where like you have rules and you have a system to open your bank, to open your store, to open, rules that you need to do. Understanding that when you're used to following rules, you're actually sacrificing your intuition. You're sacrificing your intuition and your connection to your inner knowing. So we've been programmed. This is like me going off of on my soapbox. We've been programmed as a society and through our education system and through everything to kind of follow these rules and not connect with our intuition and not connect with our inner knowing. So in a sense, we need to build that up. We're not used to living and making decisions from our intuition. We're not used to listening to our body and our body's way of telling us, hey, this is the right answer, or this is the right thing to do. We're looking outside of ourselves and we're checking off boxes and we're following rules, and it served us to it's no longer serving us. And it served us to a certain extent. So now we need to pull back a little bit and we need to say, okay, this is good in this angle. This is good because I need to be focused. I need to make sure I stay focused, but I also need to be connecting with myself and really building that connection. And you build that connection through things like mindfulness and meditation and all of that. So anyway, that's my spiel about that. Let's see. I was just talking to my husband about my passion and why I haven't given up yet. Oh, someone ordered the trampoline. Carla, yes, it's awesome. The trampoline, it's great. We do it at Tony Robbins at their Life and Wealth Mastery. They had like 20 of them in the back, like in a small room, and we were all like jumping up and down. It's good when you're listening to calls, when you gotta like, you should have like, whenever you're somewhere and you're like listening, you gotta listen to things. If you're in school and you gotta listen to like a lecture, like jump on your trampoline, and it helps to wake you up, especially when you're feeling tired, you're studying. I know I have some students here, you're studying, whatever you're trying to do, and you need to stay up, like, as opposed to reaching for some food or some caffeine, like go jump on a trampoline, and it's going to help your body. It helps the energy and it helps with your lymphatics. So let's see. Yes, Blair, you're going to kick this depression. Yep, Catherine taught. Yep, Ariel's nailing it. I'd like to touch base. What are the options of morning gratitude examples? I would like to get into that routine as well. Yeah, so morning gratitude examples, really it's that idea, of writing, they say, like, just think about 3 things in the morning that you're grateful for as soon as you wake up, even before you even like get out of your bed. And it could be very simple. It could be like, I'm so grateful for this water that I'm about to drink that's by my bed. Or I'm so grateful that I am taking a deep breath. I'm so grateful that my feet are on the ground. Start slowing down and really looking at things in little small areas in your life that you can be grateful for, appreciating more. One thing we learned in Tony Robbins, if you can trade your expectations for more appreciation, then your life is going to change. It really does. It really does. When you start, because what you focus on expands. And so if you're looking for all these and you have all these expectations of how people should be living or doing, and you're not appreciating, you're gonna lose some people, and you're gonna find that you're not gonna be as happy. But morning gratitude, you can either just say it out loud. I am grateful. I am so excited, and usually people will do 3 in the morning and then 3 in the evening, kind of grateful. And the good thing is, like, what you're grateful for from the day, and in a way celebrating something within yourself that you are grateful for, that you did in that day. So 3 in the morning, 3 in the evening, that's a big thing. Another ritual that some people, so that's a gratitude. It's very simple. A gratitude, you can either, and you can also write them down. There's apps for it. It really depends on you, right? It depends on, I can't commit to like writing stuff down in like these apps, and like, I just don't. So I have to like just kind of say it, and I'm just like, I say it. You can say it in the shower. You can say it. So that's what I do. But there's apps, and there's like a notebook, like a gratitude notebook you can buy. So it just really depends on what you want to do. I think starting your day with some meditation, quieting your mind, quieting your thought, even for 5 minutes, will serve you well. It's a great practice to get into. Then you also do your gratitude practice. And then, like I said, maybe you read your vision. Maybe you read your affirmations. You make a list of these intentions that you're calling into 2020, especially, and realize, guys, that all of you are powerful manifestors. You all have the capacity and the ability to manifest whatever it is you want. And so, it truly is, it really is, it's magical. Once you really realize and you tap into it, it's magical when it's happening, because you're like, holy shit, this is happening. Like, this is like, I literally just said this like a couple hours ago, and now it's happening. Or like, I said this a couple days ago, and now it's happening. So it's like, again, being mindful of your words, because again, when you're mindful and you start vibrating at that higher level, you're going to see that the things that you want are going to come more. Okay, good. Ariel says she's going to do an IGTV on morning routines. So let us know when you do that so that we can come and watch. Oh, thank you, Kim. I did a wellness workshop on mindfulness this morning. And so a pink baby trampoline. Yes, I forget what colors they have. They have different colors. Gratitude journal. I'm thankful for my husband. Okay, awesome. Like you said, meditate before you go into work. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on. And guys, I have a free guided meditation. So if you want one, just I'll just post it in the team page. It's free. You guys I'll post it in the team page. It's a guided meditation. It's like 10 or 15 minutes. And that's how I started, Justine. I started with guided meditations. I started with the Calm app. And it takes some time, but stick with it. I started with just 2 minutes, and I just, I just started with 2 minutes and then 5 minutes. So make sure that you build it, but meditation will change your life. It really will. It's powerful. Awesome. And yes, Irene, I'm sure I have whatever it is that I have still going on. So just message me and ask me more specifically. All right, guys. Well, thank you. And I will be putting this up in the page. Have an amazing, amazing week. And next Thursday, we have our team call at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So put it in your calendar. The event page is up. But thank you guys. Bye.